It was recently announced that the lifespan of the 3DS is coming to an end. You'll no longer be able to make purchases on the 3DS eShop by March of 2023, and the closeout's coming in waves starting in May. So I'm going to go ahead and make a video highlighting a checklist you might want to run through before the 3DS eShop closes, since you won't have it for long. This video is really going to be for those of you who like the 3DS and its library, maybe aren't into emulation, and want to be able to play games that may go unplayable in a legal format forever after 2023. We're going to start with some freebies you can get, and then move on to my recommendations for what to buy before the eShop closes forever. I am a hardcore collector, so this list is long. This list is basically anything I found of any gameplay value on the 3DS or Wii U eShops. This checklist is based off the North America 3DS eShop since I'm in America. Now don't panic buy or make rash decisions since you have some time left, and the list of actual exclusives to the eShop is limited. And another thing, do you have a My Nintendo account and a Nintendo Switch? Most non-DLC purchases on the eShop can get you gold points on your My Nintendo account to spend on the Switch eShop, but only if they're properly linked. I didn't realize my accounts were not all properly linked before I made the bulk of my purchases, so I definitely missed out on some big cash, but you can still earn some points to use towards Switch purchases. So I'm going to go in order of what I believe is important. Even if you don't have a huge budget for gaming, there are plenty of freebies you can get as long as you have a 3DS, a memory card, and an internet connection. One thing to note before I dive into the freebies that are being offered is that you will want to upgrade your memory with an SD or microSD card if you haven't already. The 3DS internal memory is piddling, and even the freebies will warrant more than a 16GB card if you want them all. While some sources give the official supported maximum as a 64GB card, you can actually use a 128GB card like I do, as long as you format it first. If you really want to experience the 3DS's digital library the intended way, or are a big game collector, I suggest investing in a decent-sized card. One other thing to note is, while you can get SD cards to raise overall storage, DSiWare is limited to only being executable from your completely limited system memory. You can still back up the game's files to an SD card so you'll never lose them even when offline, but it basically boils down to only having a set number of DSi games playable at a given time without swapping them out in SD storage, thereby losing their save file. This really hurts RPGs and high-score based games, but there's not much you can do without homebrew or jailbreaking, and you can still technically play any DSi game at any given time, you'll just lose save data when you swap them back and forth between memories. I broke the list of freebies down into categories: single player, multiplayer, either, tools, trailers, and themes, and we're going to tackle single player games first. If you like Pokemon, you're in luck. There are 6 Pokemon freebies, and I'll start with my favorite, Pokemon Shuffle. While this one, Picross, and Rumble World are free to play with in-app purchases, they really are playable for free, which is what we're going to have to deal with once payments go offline. This is especially so for Pokemon Shuffle, which I've been playing since it came out many years ago. I can't remember ever spending money on it, and there are numerous guides to catching and training top-tier competitive teams floating around. I do say competitive in quotes since the competitions are for high scores, but you'll also want guides for the single-player content. Especially for puzzle lovers, I recommend this one. Despite being another puzzle game, Pokemon Picross is a different story. While both have their similar elements of waiting to play unless you pay, Picross is a little less exciting and has less overall content than Shuffle in my opinion. I do like Picross, and I do like this game overall, but I'd say Shuffle is more of a priority if you're struggling with block space. Still, it's free, and you can get the same feel of catching Pokemon that you get from other games, to a smaller degree of course. Now if you want more action-oriented gameplay as well as that catching and collecting kind of feeling, Pokemon Rumble World's a great free-to-play game which features actual Pokemon battles in real time. This one has good content even for free. Do be sure to check out Rumble U on the Wii U, which is exclusive to its eShop and uses these proto-amiibo figures. That brings us to the Pokemon Special Demos: Detective Pikachu, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and Sun and Moon. I never played Detective Pikachu, but there is a special free demo version of it on the eShop that takes you through some of the basic gameplay you can expect in the game. Unlike other demos, the demos I'm listing here can be used infinitely with no restrictions like the non-special demos with limited times to use them. Maybe you only get a little content out of this detective demo, but you can always revisit it later, a special property among these 3DS demos. Likewise, there are 2 semi-legitimate Pokemon experiences in special demo form: the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire demo and the Sun and Moon demo, which similarly have you playing some small missions in their regions and enact real Pokemon battles. You can gain experience, and you can even send special Pokemon or other gifts to the full game version. Nothing spectacular of course, but an unlimited use demo that lets you experience Pokemon and can interact with their full counterparts is worth downloading if you can stomach their high storage usage. That's it for the Pokemon content among the freebies, but they're all worth trying out, at least since they won't be obtainable after March 2023 if you haven't downloaded them once before. I'll briefly go into the other single-player special demos now. The Puzzle Dragons plus Mario Bros. Demo version is another puzzler with some RPG elements. I never bought the full game, but this one is more free and limited use puzzle gameplay for those wanting a free way to spend their time. If you liked the RPG entries listed so far, then you should try the
Bravely Second
demo and the Monster Hunter Stories demo for a good amount of content in a fantasy RPG setting. I believe the Monster Hunter demo can transfer progress over to the full version as well in case you get hooked. WarioWare is especially fun for small bites of time, which makes the WarioWare Gold special demo entertaining for much longer. That's it for the single-player demos, but there's more single-player free content in the next few apps. Now we're going to talk about Stretchmo and Rusty's Real Deal Baseball. Both of these games have one thing in common, which is that they come with a little playable demo, again unlimited use, but encourage purchasing gameplay packs in different ways. For Stretchmo, you can purchase a few different worlds, each with puzzles to overcome. Stretchmo and the rest of the games in the series are all entertaining and adorable puzzlers, so I paid for all the worlds. If you don't get hooked on the free demo it offers, then maybe delete it to make some space. Similarly, Rusty offers a baseball demo, but you can buy other baseball-oriented games and even get items while playing to try and haggle with them on real money prices. The baseball demo's cute for a moment, but if you like the gameplay, definitely buy Cage Match for challenging hits, Volley Bats for local multiplayer action on a single DS, and Batmaster for crafting custom bats to use in the other games. One of the best things you can download for free is the Nintendo Badge Arcade. I swear this thing is rigged, but it still offers free plays every day to try and obtain special decorations you can use on your home screen, making a house a home. You can definitely obtain most badges with the free plays it gives you, as long as you have more skill than I seem to. Regardless, the ability to decorate your 3DS home screen for free is a must-have, even if this monster takes up so much space, even more than it says up front, kinda like hidden fees when you're buying a car. Another must-have in my opinion is the RPG Maker player. If you have RPG Maker FES, you can make your own RPG games for the 3DS and upload them online. But who cares, since you can download this for free and play all those uploaded games. Are they all good? No. But there are some good ones, and you can filter by rating and popularity and get some free RPGs to spend way more time on than the aforementioned demos. If you enjoy RPGs, or even visual novels and puzzle adventures, you gotta get this one and stockpile up to 16 free games. Now, if you have a new Nintendo 3DS XL, you can use Amiibo, or you can use this adapter if you have a different model. If you can use Amiibo and own at least one Amiibo, then you should download Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge, another puzzler in the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series that uses Amiibos to unlock levels. If you scan compatible Amiibos, you can get great content out of this one. This one's also available on Wii U, so if you want to save space on your 3DS, you can just get it on Wii U instead. And if all that appeals to you, then also check out Amiibo Tap on the Wii U as well for similar content. Lastly on the strictly single-player list is Miitopia Casting Call, which is less of a game and more of a little interactive comedy demo. Funny and worth having if you have oodles of space on your card, but definitely not a priority for regular gamers. Alright, now for those of you who care about multiplayer or may own multiple 3DSs, these games are focused on multiplayer and use local multiplayer so they can be used indefinitely and offline. First up is the Zelda Triforce Heroes Special Demo. Now this one only has one playable level in this demo version, but if you have friends with 3DSs, it's fun to mess around as 3 links for a while. However, the priority member of this smaller list is Metroid Prime Blast Ball, which feels more like a full game, since it's more of its own game meant to spread the word about Federation Force. This can be played 3v3, or you can have bots fill in if you and only one friend are playing. Think of a smaller and somewhat clunkier Rocket League, with mechs firing energy beams at the ball to make goals or destroy opponents. You can even unlock skins. Worth having if you have a friend with a 3DS, since this kind of gameplay has replay appeal. This next one is a little less important but still pretty valid. Mario Party Star Rush is an underrated Mario Party game, and if a friend has one copy, you can use this app to join in a multiplayer game. Useful if you and a sibling have only one copy between you so that you can still play as long as you both have 3DSs. It also comes with one minigame you can play right out the gate for practice, and you can actually level up your profile and transfer that save data over if you do get the full game. Now for the list I call Either, which contains games I felt could be played alone or with friends in meaningful ways. I'll start with Monster Hunter 4 and Monster Hunter Generations, which have a few levels each you can adventure and fight monsters in, either alone or with friends. They each have much more content than the Zelda experience, since that was focused on a limited time online service and supports 4 players instead of just 3. Another free-to-play game with in-app purchases is Team Kirby Clash Deluxe, which has fighting gameplay from the Kirby Clash title mixed with some light RPG elements, and multiplayer mode for cooperative missions. Nothing crazy when compared to a lot of other MMOs, but it has single-player gameplay and cooperative gameplay with gear to collect and challenging bosses to take on. Lots of content here if you're willing. If space isn't an issue, then you should also try the Kirby Battle Royale special demo. After playing a short story demo, you can play a few single-player and multiplayer challenges each day, and even unlock a new game type and new ability, and then send points to the full version if you get it. Then there are two games which use the Rusty and Stretch Mode model. Ironfall Invasion offers a free demo mode which has a single-player mission and a limited multiplayer mode. You can buy the unlocked content for $20, but I say don't bother. The single-player mission isn't anything to shake a stick at, but if you and friends want an over-the-shoulder shooter for local multiplayer, you can have 6 players duke it out with the machine guns and grenade launchers. If you have a new Nintendo 3DS XL, you can even use the C-Stick for a pseudo-dual-stick experience. Definitely worth downloading if you know some people who like Gears of War Lite on 3DS. Similarly, Steel Diver Sub-Wars, the sequel to Steel Diver, has a similar premise, where you have shooting-based gameplay that can be played with local multiplayer groups. You can purchase the unlocked content for only $10 and even buy some extra submarines from a separate shop if you just want some extra content. But even just for free, you get 2 single-player missions and a great time in multiplayer. I put 2 more apps on this list as either, but they're less games and more of a replacement for PictoChat on the old DS system. SwapNote and SwapDoodle are these drawing applications that can be used to exchange notes with others, or at least SwapNote used to be. Now it just saved any notes you had from before the service went down in favor of SwapDoodle. You can still use it like a drawing tool and save your notes though, so I kept it. SwapDoodle is the newer and still functioning form with a free starter pack for extra note save slots and some other extras available. In SwapDoodle you can still send notes to others, and there are purchasable packs of different lessons and tools, some based on Nintendo properties. Not a priority by any means, since fewer and fewer people will use these apps and other features like Spot Pass and Street Pass, but worth having if you have tons of empty space. Now the less fun stuff. Tools! These are utility apps that serve some minor functions. The Monster Hunter 3 tool is mostly used to move save data between the 3DS and Wii U versions of the game. Similarly, the Monster Hunter Generations tool can move data to the Switch version from the 3DS. The Save Data Transfer tool is for moving save data from a physical version of a game to a digital version of the same game. Don't sweat these ones too much unless you own a Monster Hunter game or have both a digital and a physical version of another game. However, if you care about Pokemon, you will need to download the Pokemon Bank and Transporter apps. These tools are going to eventually be made free to use and are how you house and transfer Pokemon from Generations 3 up through 7 and then move them to Pokemon Home. So they're must-haves if you own any of those generations. Furthermore, if you have the Virtual Console version of Generation 1 or 2 games on your 3DS, this is used for their transfers as well. You can download the Poke Transporter app from within the Pokemon Home app itself. Now the least useful of all of these isn't really a tool, I just put it here since it's not really a game per se. It's Photos with Mario, an AR card app that lets you take photos of Mario characters in different locations as long as you have the right cards. It's basically useless unless you have one of the compatible cards, but it is free and maybe you'll get a pack in the future, off eBay, only worth having if you can spare the space. That's all for applications, but there are a few trailers that are free. Definitely only look at these if you have tons of space, i.e. a 128GB card or something like that. You can download the trailers for Kid Icarus Uprising, Donkey Kong Country Returns, Zelda A Link Between Worlds, and Metroid Samus Returns. You can also download a video with some clips relating to Halloween-themed levels in gaming. These are just videos, but cool and/or cute things to look back on, especially since some of the footage shows previous builds of the game with different graphics. Not a priority by any means, but I like preserving these things for some reason. And finally, for the freebies are the themes. There are several 3DS themes that you can still get for free, most of them listed in a free section in the theme shop. However, I found one bundle of themes that was free but listed instead in the game-specific section, the Gurumin themes. I'll touch on Gurumin later, but it's an adorable game and the themes appear to be free for everyone. I thought at first it was because I had Gurumin 3D purchased, but I do have some spare 3DSs with different accounts on them and it was free on each of them too, so you should check it out. The other free themes are neat too, more interesting than basic colors in my opinion. And while you're here, buy any other themes you would want to since it won't be possible down the road. I want to mention one more thing before I go into my recommended picks for the eShop. These are not immediately going away, but for those of you who have the space, you should consider downloading updates to popular games that you may get down the line, or games that you have now. These can be found by filtering the search and putting the max price at 0. Some of these updates improve stability or fix glitches, and one day they may go away. But no pressure since they're not in any immediate danger. Just something to think about. Oh, and I wanted to mention 2 other little free things that you can get if you haven't already. In the Street Pass Me Plaza, you can get one of 2 free games, a stock market game and a slot car racing game, but I assume most of you have already as long as you've been using the Street Pass Me Plaza. And another freebie you can get as long as you have a My Nintendo account, Flipnote Studio 3D, which is a successor to the Flipnote Studio on DSi. Okay, now for a rapid fire of the games that I want to recommend. I'm just going to give brief descriptions or even just put up a second of gameplay so that you can know whether or not you want to look into that particular game. Let's start with the list I'm going to call priority games in no particular order. And I have purchased most of, if not all of the following titles on some system. This is just how I spend my paycheck. Not all games I list will technically be eShop exclusives, but many of the games on this list will either be difficult or impossible to legally play otherwise, especially the DSiWare titles. First off is Photo Dojo. Do you like fighting games or beat 'em ups? This is either with local multiplayer off of one DS, and you can be the fighter. While not a very deep game, it is a really fun one I've been playing since I was younger. Next is Game & Watch Donkey Kong Jr. Actually, the whole library of Game & Watch is recommended, but if you have to pick just one, I like Donkey Kong Jr. the best. Dragon Quest Wars. Fans of strategy games need this one. It's got local multiplayer on a single DS, and features adorable Dragon Quest characters and a decently smart AI. Soul of Darkness is a pretty well-made Castlevania clone that utilizes camera functions and actually made a younger, edgier me cry with its ending. If you like Castlevania, you could do worse. Pokemon Battle Troze is for puzzle fans who wanted more than Pokemon Shuffle, and perhaps like the original Troze game. This one does have Nintendo polish. If you like the camera functionality of Face Raiders, Pokemon Dream Radar is a fun way to scratch that itch and give rewards to the Gen 5 games at the same time. I always champion side games that interact with the main series. I'm gonna go ahead and recommend the entire Level 5 eShop exclusive lineup, but the best are definitely Crimson Shroud, Attack of the Friday Monsters, and Liberation Maiden, as I'm sure you've seen in the other eShop videos. There's a reason these are on everyone's lists. Pocket Card Jockey is also on everyone's list for the eShop grabs. This game has the Game Freak touch for sure. If you're a retro fan, you'll be looking at the Virtual Console games, and you should. While not really exclusive to the 3DS, they may be easier for you to play here. That goes doubly for the Mysterious Murasame Castle, which is a Japan-only title. This is pretty much the only way a Westerner can play this game without emulation, and is very good for an early Famicom game. Similarly, check out Earthbound Beginnings, which was a Famicom game released with an English patch here on the Wii U. Also on Wii U is Kuru Kuru Kururin, a game that never came to the US when it was on GBA, but now it's here on Wii U, and it's a great mix of puzzle, time attack, and physics. Also check out Sin and Punishment on Wii U, since that's another game the US didn't get, and instead we only got its sequel on Wii. I always thought this next one was related somehow to Murasame, but it's just another Nintendo samurai game. Sakura Samurai is a very artful game that makes really good use of the 3D effect. If you like Street Pass, you need to check out the Me Plaza games. I went ahead and got them all, but at least for your free game, get Slot Car Racing. I would also recommend Me Force and Monster Man are the most from the others, though I do think they all offer a fun experience with interactions from other players if you can get a Street Pass. Also take a look at the premium paid update for Street Pass Plaza, which adds a few small features. The next one you might skip since there are other games in the series with very similar gameplay, but I do adore the Yumi series, especially Yumi's Odd Odyssey, a puzzle platformer on 3DS. Maybe skip it if you have its sequel on Switch. This DSiWare exclusive is a mix of stealth and puzzle gameplay, a clever game called SKP Go. I've been playing this one since I was younger, and it has a little storyline about an amnesiac who's pursued by assailants, and challenging gameplay along with it. Another one I grew up with, Elemental Masters, is one of those TCG role-playing games set in a fantasy world. Kinda similar to Puzzle Quest in the setup, but the gameplay is more like a side card game from a regular RPG, like the one in Final Fantasy VIII, or the Digimon TCG in Digimon World 3 or Pazaak. I'm currently having a lot of fun playing Chibi Robo Photo Finder. Now, I never had or played the original Chibi Robo, but I did play Park Patrol on DS and thought it was fun, and this one scratches that similar itch. Consider getting Inazuma 11, a soccer RPG game that does not get many releases in the US, though if you're in the JP or PAL regions, there were many released in the series. I love when RPG elements and stories get mixed with non-traditional setups like sports or random careers. Take a look at the other members of the Pushmo series, like Pushmo and Crashmo, if you like Stretchmo enough to buy the level packs, that is. Also check out Pushmo World on Wii U, I'm addicted to them all right now. Also, if you do care about Pokemon, then grab the Game Boy and Game Boy Color Virtual Console versions, since they have connectivity with the other games, as I mentioned before. Long story short, this is the only legit way to transfer Gen 1 and Gen 2 originating Pokemon up to the new games. It's also one of the only legit ways to shiny hunt Celebi, since Crystal comes with the special Celebi event preloaded. If you like the BlazBlue series, consider the DSiWare game BlazBlue or the 3DS game BlazBlue Clone Phantasma. Neither's amazing, but still decent side games for lovers of the BlazBlue story or already own a game like X-Blaze Code Embryo on PS3 for the story. And go ahead and look at Pro Jumper and Radio Hammer while you're on the Arxis and Axis pages in the eShop. Birds and Beans and Paper Airplane Chase are WarioWare micro games for sure, emphasis on micro, but both have addicting high score-based gameplay. Birds and Beans has an unlockable second mode, and Airplane Chase has single DS multiplayer mode. A similar title, Spotto has simple gameplay, but physics-based games are always a treat. If you own or care about Smash Bros. On Wii U, you can get this cheap app to use your 3DS as a controller for the Wii U version. Touch Battle Tank Tag Combat and Tank Troopers are the two better tank-based games I've found, though Tanks vs. Ants looks decent. If you only get one, I recommend Tank Troopers, since Touch Battle Tank Tag Combat, that is a mouthful, needs a second copy to play multiplayer, while Tank Troopers can use download play. 80s Overdrive is a classic retro racer that reminds me of Victory Run or Final Lap Twin, and you guys know I love Final Lap Twin. It does lack an open world to explore like Final Lap Twin, but the racing feels nice and the upgrade system helps with that RPG feel. Another similar title is Gotcha Racing, which has a similar mechanic but a vastly different, cutesier art style. Take your pick, they're both fun to play. There are 3 Kirby games that are kind of leaving with the eShop: Kirby Fighters Deluxe, DDD's Drum Dash Deluxe, and Kirby's Blowout Blast. All this alliteration. These are expansions upon minigames from the mainline titles, and are all fun. I do like the multiplayer fighting aspect of Fighters Deluxe, but the gameplay gets reused in the free-to-play Team Kirby Clash as mentioned before. Blowout Blast is a well-made 3D platforming action game, and DDD's Drum Dash is a rhythm game that somehow reminds me of some of the bonus stages in Klonoa on GBA. All are worth getting in my opinion since they have that Nintendo polish. This is the part of the video where I realized it was going to take way too long to capture all of the 3DS footage manually like I've been doing, and I wasn't experienced enough to edit it all together and keystone it correctly. So from here on out, we're mostly going to be looking at the 3DS eShop listings and other very small clips, and I might have to cut some things down. But we're going to get all the names out there of the games that I think are important. Another rhythm platformer everyone's talking about is Harmonite, which I personally think may be a little overhyped, but I still think it's a great game, and it's a shame it's going away. Take a look at Maestro Green Grove as well if you have the system storage to spare. There are a lot of good shoot-'em-ups that will be going away. Karis, the Beast of Re-Eden is not an amazing game, but is based on a Japan-only shoot-'em-up that we didn't get here, and I love it when games get this import treatment years later. Another game to get a similar import was Rekka, which is an astoundingly hard and fast-paced game. The Turvy Strike Back is a unique game in which you turn the DS upside down to play, and has single DS multiplayer mode. Can you tell yet that I love single DS multiplayer mode as a feature? I really liked Advance Wars back in the day too. Galaxy Saver is another well-made shoot-'em-up which does have local wireless play, though 2 copies are needed. Still, single player is worth its price tag. Nano Assault DX is another one I've had for a while and gives a unique spin on the genre and has good 3DS effects, for those who actually care. Also check out the litany of shoot-'em-ups under the GG label. Search for the publisher Good Vision Corporation, as most are well made. They're pretty cheap, though they lack all the extras, modes, and pizzazz of some other titles. Still, cheap and fun for most games under this label, and they're not just shoot-'em-ups. Also take a look at Kokuga, Chain Blaster, and Steel Empire. And while not really a shoot-'em-up, Affordable Space Adventures on the Wii U is a great game with co-op gameplay, flying a ship around dangerous space. Though you can get this next action-adventure title on other systems like the PSP, the 3DS version of Gurumin 3D does have a unique feature in the 3D visuals, something which can be said of any game ported here, but Gurumin is also a terrific and cheap game which often goes on sale. Fans of puzzle and adventure visual novels should try out the Parascientific Escape series and Cold Case Investigations Distant Memories. I loved 999 on DS, and these help scratch that itch when I'm on the go. For golf lovers, especially those who like golf games with mild RPG elements like I do, look at Fun Fun Mini Golf Touch, as it's cheap and has plenty of unlockable options and upgrades. Also look at Let's Golf 3D and True Swing Golf Express for similar features. Here's an odd one, I don't know how to classify this. Alien on the Run is kind of an action game that has a weird but comical premise with fun gameplay and a pretty cheap cost. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Mario vs. Donkey Kong games we're losing. I loved the original Mario vs. Donkey Kong on GBA as a kid, and also played a bunch of Donkey Kong 94. Minis March Again features a Lemming-style gameplay and has a level editor adding replay value. Minis on the Move brings the series into a 3D space and has unlockables as well as over 200 stages. Tipping Stars is slightly expensive for this list at $20, but you get a Wii U copy as well. The aforementioned Amiibo Challenge is part of this series, but like I said, it's free as long as you have an Amiibo that works with it already. One thing to note about Tipping Stars is, unless they patch it before the shop goes down, you can't actually unlock everything in the game. There was an unlock feature in there based on the Miiverse, which is now offline, so you have to pick what you buy in the shop. Kinda sucks, but maybe they'll fix it. Either way, it's still worth grabbing for the single-player content. Now, if you're a fan of puzzle games and Dr. Mario, take a look at Dr. Mario Express for a cheap way to play the original game, or snag Dr. Mario Miracle Cure for extra gameplay modes. And then also check out Dr. Luigi on the Wii U. I never got into this series until now, but the mix of action and tower defense in the Dylan series is interesting. The third game is quite expensive at $40, but is probably the best of the three. Still, they're all good and gonna be gone forever until further notice. Die-hard fans of the WarioWare series should get WarioWare Snapped. This one uses the camera as its sole control scheme, like the Kinect, to mix results. Even though it's short and maybe a tad off kilter, it's truly got the spirit of WarioWare, and like the other titles, even messing up on it's funny. Similarly, Face Pilot is like Pilot Wings, but with your face as the controls, and probably controls better than the Kinect. Alright, so now I'm going to go into a long list of RPGs. Action RPGs, traditional JRPGs, and everything in between, since there are so many on the eShop, and I just can't stop buying them for some reason. Many of these go on sale frequently, and I'm a sucker for RPGs and would recommend any of these really. Naturally, you're liable to pick one or two from the list, and you can't go wrong. Okay. Xenonia, Ash, Machine Knight, Infinite Dunamis, Cronus Arc, Alphadia, As Divine Cross, Unlucky Mage, Brave Dungeon, Cristorino, Journey to Crazia, Legna Tactica, The Abyss Quartet, The Witch and Hero series, The X-Cave Trilogy, The Legend of Dark Witch series, Demon King Box, Bonds of the Skies, Dragon Sinker, Faerun, Crystal Adventure, Kingdom's Item Shop, Adventure Bar Story, Adventure Labyrinth Story, Symphony of Eternity, Dragon Lapis, Crystal Monsters, Pick Dun 2, The River City series, Weapon Shop de Omasei, Absolute Baseball, Ikachan, The Keep, the Denpa Men series. Now, I don't regret buying any of these, and I am being completely honest, though I'm a bit of a collecting nut. If a bunch of random names being thrown out at you didn't grab your attention, then at least please look at Weapon Shop de Omasei and the Denpa Men games. Weapon Shop de Omasei is a comedic rhythm RPG game about being the guy who forges weapons for traditional RPG characters. This one is a funny one to play right after playing one of the traditional JRPGs off this list. The Denpa Men is a great one where you can use the camera to capture little flying green screen technicians and form a dungeon-going party. Also, I want to mention Unchained Blades here. It is on the PSP, but we all know about the PSP shop, so maybe grab it here since it's a great dungeon crawler in first person with huge battles. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take a break from the RPGs. Here are some other mentions. Xscape is a sequel to a Japan-only shooter which pushed graphical limits back in the day on the Game Boy. This one isn't pushing any limits now, but it reminds me a lot of Red Alarm on the Virtual Boy in like a good way, so you should check it out if you like those. It's also very Star Foxy. Sky Piece is a game about boarding in the sky and getting high scores. It's pretty addicting. Super Strike Beach Volleyball is a cute little volleyball game, and I know that doesn't sound mega interesting, but I swear I love these simple little games as a break in between serious games. The Queen TV Game 2 is a really indescribable game, and with profanity, but for some reason it was only 2 cents, so yeah, I bought it, and you can too, for 2 cents. It's basically free. There are some Ace Attorney games that are only on the eShop and on mobile, so unless you want to play those on your phone or wait for the remaster, then get it here. Lionel City Builder 3D is another relaxing game, and it's about trains. Enough said. Pirate Pop Plus is a simple game that reminds me of old LCD games like the Tiger Electronics games. It's cute, and I think the pirate is the same guy from Runbow, but I could be wrong about that. Conveni Dream and Gourmet Dream are also simple, relaxing, little cute shop management games, and they're always fun to have on the go. Resident Evil The Mercenaries 3D is not really exclusive here, but the only other versions of the game I could find were the iOS versions, which only work on the older iPods anyway, I did buy it on my old iPod back in the day, and it is a fun one. So yeah, it may as well be exclusive to the eShop, and this version does have 3D capabilities anyway. Not so many shooters on 3DS, but if Ironfall's demo was enough for you, then you're probably fine without it. The Electroplankton series is a weird one, but they're exclusive here and all pretty cheap. At least get Hannenbau since they made this one into a Smash Bros. Stage. The Mighty series has a couple games exclusive here, like Mighty Milky Way and Mighty Flip Champs. All of them are quality platformers. Ancient Tribe is another cute little game that reminds me of Populous, if anyone remembers that one. Amiibo Battle is a different vibe, but also checks off the RTS-style gameplay. Moki Moki is a simple party game, but also has download play, so that makes it worth it to me and my extra DSs. Fighting/beat-em-up Cosmo Fighters also checks this box, and I love fighting games where only one copy is needed, like most fighting games on console. Man, more stuff should have been download play. Mononoke Forest has a similar aesthetic feel to Moke Moke, but their gameplay is completely different. Very cute though. The Spirit Hunters duo are like the Denpa Men, but if you like creatures better than weird men, then look at these ones. After Zoom is a similar concept, but the art's probably somewhere between Spirit Hunters quality and Denpa Men quality, which I didn't really like the Spirit Hunters creatures personally. Animal Puzzle Adventure actually got my attention for having a unique puzzle style. Another great puzzler is Banana Bliss Jungle Puzzles, which has you competing with your previous times and looking for hidden bonuses while trying to math out some platforming puzzles. Zombie Panic in Wonderland DX is a deluxe version of a WiiWare title, so if you're feeling salty that you missed some of the stuff on the last Nintendo Shop's death, you can save this one on the second go-around. A comical shooter that reminds me of Wild Guns and has good music. Another zombie game I like is Undead Storm Nightmare, which is a top-down shooter with download co-op. I love these kinds of games now more than ever. You should also check out Zombie Incident, and while you're on the Colavier publisher page, look at Words Up Academy, Monster Combined Tower Defense, Comic Workshop 2, and their aquarium games Deep Sea Creatures and My Aquarium 7 Oceans. This publisher has a lot of cute games, which I'm kind of a sucker for. Puzzle Labyrinth is a great first-person puzzler. Dot Eater's another first-person style game, but instead of puzzles, you basically become a first-person, time-traveling Pac-Man. Other puzzlers I want to mention are Snapdots, Spin 6, Number Battle, Trajectile, Quetzal's Corridors, and Lincoln Launch. The Virtual Console version of Super Mario Bros. Advance 4 Super Mario Bros. 3 contains the e-reader DLC that never got released here otherwise, so if you like Mario, you should check it out. You may also want to check out Pokédex 3D Pro if you're a die-hard Pokemon fan, though it's a little pricey for what it is. It does have some quiz games to check your knowledge. And to wrap it up, here's a rapid fire of some smaller titles I still want people to check out before they fade into the past and obscurity. A Kappa's Trail, Luxley, Clash of Elementalists, Rhythm Heaven Megamix, Groove Heaven, The Usagi Duo, The Lost Town Duo, Sadame, Castle of Magic, Arrow Porter, Starship Damray, Gata Protectors, Defense of the Middle Kingdom, Dairojo Samurai Defense, Chronos Twins, Petit Novel Harvest December, Swords and Darkness, Grinsia, Creeping Terror, the Silver Falls games, which are apparently getting new releases soon, Fragrant Story, in case you didn't get a physical copy recently, Hazumi, Butterfly, Inchworm Animation 2, Amita's Path, Space Lift Danger Panic, Color Zen and Color Zen Kids, BitBoy Arcade and Puzzle Box Setup, Dress to Play Magic Bubbles, Escape Vector, Fluidity Spin Cycle, Crazy Construction, Cube Tactics, Pyramids, Ambition of the Slimes, Drancia Saga, Alchemic Dungeons, Jet Rocket 2, Siesta Fiesta, Bomb Monkey, Tokyo Crash Mobs, Art of Balance Touch, Gangstar 2, Flipper 2, Zoo Frenzy, Candle Root, Wizard Defenders, Flip the Core, Flametail, Metal Torrent, Penguin Patrol, Aura Aura Climber, Smile Basic, Kersploosh, and Castle Conqueror Heroes. And that was the end of the list of specific titles. Whew! You should also check out specific publishers that you care about and see if anything strikes your fancy. Also check out the Virtual Consoles and 3D Classics, as well as the GG series for short, cheap arcade action. And finally, check for DLC. If you care about any DLC, such as the Fire Emblem DLC, get it while you can. I'll list some of the popular games that have DLC that you can buy. Fire Emblem Awakening, Fire Emblem Fates, that's the kicker right there unless you have the expensive special edition, and Fire Emblem Echoes. Senran Kagura 2, it has an extra playable character you can buy. The Monster Hunter games, they all have free little updates and extras. Persona Q. Super Smash Bros. Get all the characters. Theatrhythm. You can get some songs that you really should have gotten with the base game for the same price as an actual iTunes song. The Shin Megami Tensei games. Bravely Default. Mario Golf World Tour. Fantasy Life. The Harvest Moon series. The Etrian Odyssey series. Coldcept Revolt. RPG Maker FES. You can get some extra resources to build with. Hyrule Warriors Legends. And 7th Dragon 3 Code VFD. Alright, awesome. That's my huge, way too long checklist for the eShop before it closes. I know it was a long video, but you have to be thorough and complete when something like the finality of a closing bank of games happens. Thanks for watching, and I hope something on this litany of things educated you or helped inform you on what you want to get before it closes. If you have any comments or questions, I will definitely be in the comments on this one since this is my biggest project, and my first scripted video on the channel, and want feedback and to hear your picks in case I missed a big one. I'd be excited to hear about another one I can get before it's gone, so please share. Also, I want to mention that a lot of these games do go on sale, so maybe stock up on your credit and then wait until the last possible moment and grab anything that's on sale. Alright, thanks for watching.
Anyway, Rockbusters, Carl. Yeah, should we get the ball rolling? Let me just find the gifts here, the little treats. We've got the album from the Coral, you know what I think about that. We've got Comfort in Sound Feeder. Well, it's just a novelty record, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got, on DVD, more great comedy moments, favourite clips from the best of contemporary BBC comedy. We've got Partridge on the front there, we've got one of the guys from Red Dwarf, and
Brilliant.
there's good stuff on there. Smash Hits, the reunion, more great 80s tunes, Kajagoogoo's on there, plus some stuff...
Too Shy?
It is Too Shy.
Yeah.
Actually, let me see if you can guess which one's from Tiffany.
Well, yeah, I know it, the only one.
I think we're alone now.
Yeah, I think we're alone, yeah.
Mel and Kim?
Respectable?
Mm-hmm. Human League?
That'd be, oh wow, what would they have got, Don't You Want Me?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lies Take On Me?
Yep,
Yeah.
well done. Madness?
Baggy Trousers.
Of course. Kim Wilde?
Kids in America?
Yeah, so there's just all those treats. If you like a song from an 80s band, it's probably on there.
Yeah, okay.
Plus we've also got on VHS, Graham Norton, some kind of best of compilation from his TV show. So, there are the,
Hold on, is it the one where he talks to sort of female gay icons and looks at the internet? Because that's my favourite one. Right, there you go, let's do Rockbusters.
Right, email only, of course.
Yeah. You email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you know the answer. Right, first one. Bit of a cryptic clue if you haven't heard it before.
Well, not cryptic, we've gone. What is Carl thinking?
If you go into France by boat, I'd get your fags on there because it's a lot cheaper.
Imagine Bob Holness. Sorry, we're out of time. Sorry, your minute's up. You've won nothing. I was reading that question out.
Sorry,
Right.
so what's the...
Well, let's do it again. I want it to be exactly the same, word perfect. I bet you it will change all over the place. He's lost it.
Go to France, buy yourself a boat
Yeah.
and fags are cheaper.
Okay, fingers on the buzzers. You've only got 10 seconds to win the gold run. Okay, first up. Here, I'll tell you what, no, seriously, if you're thinking of going to France, well don't, because go on the ferry, get the fags there, because it's cheaper. Go on.
Right, so that one again. If you want to buy some fags, you're going over to France on the boat, get them on there because you'll save a few quid. BF.
BF.
Right? BF.
Okay.
Right, the second one. This little foreign cafe's growing its own steak.
This little foreign cafe is growing its own steak.
Yeah.
This little foreign caffee's growing its own steak.
Go on.
D.
All right.
Right?
Okay.
And the last one,
Is that part of it?
hang on.
He's the best, isn't he? He's the best.
The Jamaican fella might have screamed this on the Titanic.
What?
The Jamaican fella might have screamed this on the Titanic.
Yeah.
What's it start with?
It's CD, that one.
Jamaican fella might have screamed this on the Titanic. Ricky.Gervais at XFM.co.uk.
So we'll get Rockbusters out of the way. Have we got a winner?
Yeah,
well,
come on then. See, it worries me that we've had very few entries. I think that even your mental fans aren't getting these, which is really worrying. They must be terrible clues this week.
Alright, well...
Has anyone got them right, Steve?
I think there's just one guy, yeah, who I suspect has won in the past.
Well,
There we are.
so what?
Right, the first one. If you go out of France by boat, you might as well buy your fags when you're on that, because you'll get them a lot cheaper.
Brilliant.
Right?
Yeah.
BF,
Yeah.
buy it ferry. Right? That's like,
What?
buy on ferry.
What?
Buy on
What's Brian Ferry? What's that? Is that a band?
What?
What is it? I don't know what it is.
Brian Ferry.
Brian Ferry? What's that got to do with buying on a ferry, though?
Just because he's quite close to it. Buy on, buy on ferry.
What?
Buy on ferry.
Sorry, what?
That's the
What's your
first one.
first language?
The second one.
That's rubbish. That doesn't count.
No, it's not.
Brian Ferry.
Brian Ferry, Brian Ferry.
There's this little foreign cafe. It's growing its own steak. That's Delamitri. The third one.
What? Sorry, what? What? What is that? What is that? Delamitri.
Delhi is a little foreign cafe.
Yeah?
A meat tree and that.
A meat tree! A meat tree! What were the initials for that?
just D for that.
Just D for that?
Yeah.
So not DA?
So you didn't even give him a chance to get the group?
Oh, they got it.
Well, no.
No, they didn't. Right, it's the end. Go on, right. Go on.
Delhi meat tree?
Deli meat tree. One word. D. Or any letter.
They're growing their own meat.
M's in it. Go on. Okay, so Bayern, I love Bayern Ferry. And
I just point out, Rick-
Oxymusic was brilliant.
Can I
love Oxymusic. Go on.
Can I just point out, Rick, that we've had
David Bowie?
Delhi meat tree.
Yeah.
I don't see why necessarily Aidan, who emailed in, why he doesn't get to win, because he emailed in dire steaks. Seems to me just as valid, as far as I can tell, but Delhi meat tree it is.
And the last one, if there was a Jamaican fella on the Titanic...
I'm looking forward to this. With a little bit of fear.
Jamaican fella, if he was on the Titanic, he probably would have screamed this.
Yeah.
That's Christ de Burgh.
Oh! I don't know what to do. Stunning.
So who's the winner?
I'm not going to give it to anyone. I just don't...
Sorry, what's the Jamaican bit got to do with it?
It's the D. Just Christ de Burgh.
Say it again.
No, I think they've worked it out now.
What do I say again?
Christ de Burgh.
And who's that?
What?
Who's that?
Who's what?
Who's Christ de Burgh?
Chris de Burgh. Who's the winner, Steve?
do you know what? I'm going to give it to Aidan, because he just treated you with nothing but contempt. Steve Martin emailed in again. He got the first two, and then the last one he just emailed, I neither know nor care about this answer. I'm tempted to give him either one.
Do you know what you've done there, don't you?
Go on.
You've put the nail in the coffin of Rockbusters. I warned you for 3 weeks, and you sort of bucked your ideas up for a little while. But Christ de
Those
Burgh,
are the worst you've ever done.
the worst are Delamitri. So and didn't it just put D, and then Bayern Ferry, Bayern Ferry, Bayern Ferry.
So, octopus. I've never seen anything so weird. Say if I'd come from another planet and everything was lined up in a row, and they said, right, we're going to give you a crash course in what's knocking about on this planet. And you go, right, go on then. And you go, this is man, here's woman, here's a dog, here's a cat, here's an octopus, I go, hang on a minute, what is this? I said to Suzanne, I'm sick of it. She's going, you need to do it when I get a new kitchen. I thought I was going to be seeing the Wonder today, but Ricky and Steve have called up, said forget that. You're going to be spending the afternoon in a little village. You know, travel programme, showing you the world, how others live, little communities and all that. Just look at this map, it's Dwarf Village. It's like this little town that they set up. Dwarves used to get hard time or something, and so they set this up, a place where they live and work. Alright. This is it. They've made it for themselves, everything they want. It's made for being a dwarf. It's ideal. And, you know, there is, like, little blokes in little funny outfits and all that. Where's your knees? Have you got knees? And you do sort of smile, but they're smiling. I think it's all right, isn't it? But they're all happy. I mean, they've made this bit. Why not just finish it up and put a door on it? They've done the hard bit. A couple of hinges and a door. You can show me around one of your houses. I haven't been in one of these.
I'm the biggest man who's ever been in it.
I'd rather be a dwarf than like Steve, who's almost a giant, because the world's not made for a giant. The skill of this. I'm doing a little bit of woodwork. It's amazing. I mean, that's not crap, is it? So, if all your work dries up, they're not making another Star Wars, you can't dress up as a little monkey, you've got no money coming in, you wouldn't think about coming here then?
Definitely not.
I think I follow science more than you do. You watch all your Soprano box sets and all that lot. I'm watching science. I'm reading
but
science.
You don't get anything from it.
I do it for a minute.
Well, what have
it
you learned
entertains
most recently?
But you don't learn anything. It goes in and there's a guy, and then you extrapolate in your own little world.
A bit of knowledge is better than none. You don't know. I have.
What? What's the most recent piece of scientific information you've discovered?
There was some scientist on the radio saying that I might not be bald, I've just got very fine hair.
Was he referring specifically to
No,
you?
he just was saying any bald men listening. New science shows this. Oh, all right, that's good. Bit of science. I heard there's a load of birds in America that have just died. No one knows. That's a bit mysterious. There's no answer to that one. There's
Well,
just
there is.
like 500
There is an
birds.
answer to it.
What's that then?
We don't know yet.
Yeah, but that's
To say that we don't...
But that's the best bit of science, I think. The bit when you go, oh, what was that? When you go, oh, they flew into a big window, you go, oh, boring. I like that bit of it. I like the bit of, can we make this kid with no legs walk? Don't know. Give it a go. Yeah, we have. Oh, a bit boring. It's the bit,
So
it's the
you'd rather
working
that
on
kid
it.
didn't walk?
I like the bit when he's dragging himself about and you're going, will we do it? Will we ever make this boy walk?
That's not science!
I'd love to see that show coming soon to the Science Channel. Will we ever make this boy walk? Yeah.
So he's got some new mechanical legs that he puts
Right.
by the side of the bed. You
How
just
would
nick them
okay,
if you'd
right.
rather see him
There's a
crawl in
little
a
kid,
ring.
has he got legs? Has he got legs that don't work? Right? They just
No,
don't
they're
work.
just not there.
They're just not there. He's got no legs at all. Was he born without legs? Right, so he's born without legs. Oh, this little baby's got no legs. Carl, will we ever make this boy walk?
Well, we can try.
Okay.
That's the good bit.
Down, 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 down. What are you doing first? Down, 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 down.
Let's make some legs.
Ah, what?
Wood.
Wooden legs. 2011. Give him wooden legs. What wood are you using?
Something that's not too heavy. Probably a bit of MDF.
Right, okay. Right. What do you do? How do you make the legs?
Just sort of say, right, how tall do you want to be? I want to be about 5 foot. Right, okay, we need a 2.5 foot leg.
Right.
Make them.
You're still going with wooden legs. Can I just convince you to look at some other materials?
No, we haven't got time.
We've got wooden
He's
legs.
got no legs and he's moaning. What do you mean you don't want wood? You haven't got anything down there. Selfish. He's brought out the real him.
Okay, right, okay. Mr. Pilkington, thank you for saying you'll have a go at wooden legs, but I'm just worried about, like, well, rotting and woodworm and...
Preservatives.
Sorry?
It's fine. Just preserve them twice a year.
Right,
It'll be fine.
right.
How rotting legs?
Well,
They haven't got any at the moment, so which is better, little Billy? What do you want, rotting legs or no legs?
Well,
Because there's other kids out there sort of rubbishing about on their arse who'd love these little wooden legs. What do you want? And that's how it should
Wooden
be.
legs.
Right then.
Okay.
This is not science, this is Pinocchio.
Right, come on.
David Bowie, Slow Burn, yeah. Quite a Eno trilogy
Yeah,
feel
not bad
about
at
it.
all,
Lodger
yeah. Is it
and
a
sort of
neutral?
low type, yeah. But, yeah.
Enjoyable.
Now, okay. That's stressful, isn't it? I think we've got things working now. We've had people coming in and out, just shaking their head going, shouldn't have bought that desk. But it's all sorted now, I think. And,
You notice how
I'm
it took
sorry.
about
What?
25 minutes for them to come down as well, though? Do you feel like we're maybe quite low in the pecking order in the building?
Definitely.
You know, it's like Capital First, Capital Gold. They can shoot off to other sort of pirate stations.
Yeah.
People's car radios, then they come back here.
Oh dear. Oh, I had a job at Richard Sounds.
Yeah.
Light fitting was buzzing.
Yeah.
Now, but we've got. Thanks for staying, listening. Right, okay. Educating Ricky. What have we got? Airy Chinese kid. Go on.
Right, yeah. This is the... I didn't want to do this.
What do you mean you didn't want to do it?
Well, I wanted to give you three, and I gave you one. It was like the alien man gets a beard or whatever.
Yeah.
And-
Which was total rubbish. So this one should be better, maybe.
Hairy Chinese kid. Right, well,
Yeah.
we've talked about hairy people in the past.
True enough.
Haven't we?
Yeah.
You know, the little kids who grew up in woods and hung around with wolves and that.
Yeah. Again, you're confusing it. Yeah, they're not. There were some people that were born. Very hirsute. They were not the people who were brought up with wolves.
Yeah.
You just put that together in your Homer Simpson type mind.
Right, well, this is like a sort of close to that sort of story.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is, right, Chinese people aren't that hairy as a nation. No, seriously, that's a well-known fact. They don't have that much body hair and stuff.
Okay.
So this little kid who was born over there, he was like covered in stuff,
Was he?
and it was only his nose that wasn't hairy. The rest of his body was caked in hair, right? And his hair sort of
What
grew.
sort of hair was it? Was
thick hair.
No, what I mean is, was it sort of like a pony's mane? So he just looked like an Ewok. You know what I mean? Just like hanging down, sort of straight,
Well,
dark
it
hair.
looked, in the picture, it looked like it grows
was it
from his
downy?
eyebrow. It grows from his eyebrows quite thick, and then it just goes all the way over
You
his
don't
head.
think it was just really long eyebrows that he'd done a comb over?
No, it was all over his body. It had a picture of like his back and that.
Yeah.
And
Had he styled it? Had he styled it at all? Did he have it in a quiff or?
no, it was just
hanging everywhere.
all over him.
Yeah.
And they were like, you know, this is a bit weird, happening in China, where we're not normally that hairy.
That was the scientist speaking there.
Yeah.
And the press, the local press and that were getting him down, calling him monkey boy and all this.
Oh,
And
thinking Chinese press.
but the doctor,
Yeah. Oh.
They're cruel, aren't they?
the
It's like
doctor,
those game shows. That's Japanese, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all that.
Yeah.
and the doctor said,
I was Carl talking through all that time while we were just like talking to each other then. Because I turned round and I still saw he was talking. Go
So
on.
anyway, the local press came in to see the hairy boy, the monkey
yeah,
boy.
and they were like being tight, taking the mickey out of him, and the doctor said
Showing him nuts.
he's only hairy. Said he's a healthy young kid. The only faults he's got is he's got a little bit of eczema and a boil. And he said everybody should just treat him the same, and I think he grew up a healthy kid. Yeah, so that's the
That's
That's the end of the story.
that's not a story.
why.
But I've got nothing. I don't know what to say to that. So someone in China was born slightly hairier than the rest, and he was normal apart from eczema and a boil. That to me isn't a story. But if it is, I've got a million. I mean, it's sort of like bloke from Manchester went a bit bolder than the rest, got a job on radio. He was normal. I mean, that's not a story, is it? Do you know what I mean?
All right then. It's too easy.
It's
I tell you something I do know.
Go on.
Right. But I can't really get a question out of it.
Go on, just tell us.
There's a shadow somewhere.
It's already good, isn't it?
I'm loving it already.
No, right. There's a shadow. I think it was in America.
Yeah.
And it's on a quiet road. I'm guessing somewhere like Boston. That's what you mentioned.
Okay.
Right.
No.
Somewhere like Boston, and people at night used to see this shadow moving about, and they'd go, "What's that?" Right? And it got known, the town, the little local town, got known for this shadow, but it didn't cause any problems. People
What are you
used to-
talking about?
Well, it was like,
You've lost me.
What are you talking
no,
about?
do you know, like some places get famous, like Scotland's got the Loch Ness monster and that, but
No,
it doesn't
go
cause
on,
any.
yeah.
But it doesn't cause any problems.
It doesn't exist, go on.
Right? So there's this shadow walking about on the road. And,
What do you mean? No, what's he again? Rubbish.
Right. So it's walking
Nonsense.
about.
Where did you read this? Where did you
It's
see
walking
this?
about. This was on the internet, and I'm
Oh,
sure.
sorry! Sorry!
Right.
I thought it was shite. I didn't know it was on the internet.
Right. So this shadow is moving about, and
Independently of an object.
yeah, and the local mayor and that is like, yeah, it's a bit weird, but it's not harming anyone.
The mayor involved!
Was he elected to that post?
Hey, mayor, we got a problem down here. Seems like a shadow. Well, it's not causing any work. No, it's
Is
just.
it causing any problems?
Yeah, go on.
But that's the thing. It was left for years, and then it did start causing problems.
I see, that's it. If you leave these shadows to go unchecked, Rick, they go crazy.
Yeah.
You let them run amok in the
Yeah.
sea.
Yeah.
You've got to stand
What
down
did it do?
on
What did it
roaming
do?
shadows.
What did the shadow do?
It was pushing people off the bikes.
It was what?
It was pushing people off the bikes.
Oh!
I'll find out more for that next week. Right, that'll tease
Oh,
them.
you're a maniac!
We'll do more on that. We haven't had time for
Please
educating.
never have children.
Right, listen.
You're
Just
a
promise me
maniac.
now you'll never have kids.
Look,
We haven't got time. now
Okay,
for-
listen, alright, DJ Shadow, have we got time for the...
what would you do, right? If you run a business, right? Your business could go under, right? It snows a bit. You got 10 employees. You're paying them well, and they go, "I can't come in today, Carl. It's a bit icy." I'll do it, okay? Right, they're snowed in, right? You're running the business. What are you running?
It's a, let's not,
Don't-
I'm not
don't
going to
you-
big myself up. It's just it's a
don't you run it-
factory.
but
It's
doesn't it make bells
U-bends.
that knock?
No,
Don't they?
U-bends.
Yeah.
U-bends for... you know,
Toilet. So
yeah.
you run a... Okay, right, okay.
It's a plumbing
So,
type.
plumbing, you pay them all right, don't you?
I'd say most of them are on above average.
So you're there. What time do you get in?
About 8:45.
9:15, waiting for them to come in at 9, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, right, it's snowing. It's a bit snowy, you got there. It took you a bit while. You'd set off early, did you? Or?
Gave myself a bit more time because I had to put the heating on the car.
Okay, ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Hello, KP Plumbing.
Oh, is that Miss Pilkington?
Yeah, it is, yeah, who's that?
Oh, it's Sheila. Listen.
Sheila, shouldn't you be here by now?
Yeah, no, I was going to set off.
We'll set off now. Stop wasting time. We've got a big order on.
No, I know.
We're all
but
on a bonus here if we get this done. I'll see you in 10 minutes, shall I?
I can't make it.
What?
I can't make it.
Why not?
The car won't start and it's slippy on the drive. I just can't get out.
Get the transport. I'll see you in... I'll give you 20 minutes, alright? Don't
No,
worry about it.
well,
Thanks for calling.
I
I'll
can't-
see you in a
I'm
bit.
also scared of the ice. I'm scared of the ice. I'm not gonna come in today. It's dangerous.
So what are you going to do?
Well, I'm gonna wait until the ice and snow goes away, and then I'm gonna come
But
in.
they're predicting it's going to be about 2 weeks before they
Yeah,
clear all this.
I can't really travel in this. It's a bit dangerous.
Well, I'll tell you what. You stay at home. I'll replace you. Because I need someone to come in. We've
What,
got a
are you
big
firing
order.
me because I can't get into work with this?
Well, I got
think-
into work, Sheila.
Yeah, I know, but you don't live with me, do you? If you did live with me, then
No, but
you'd
it
probably
was
see
bad.
how...
It was bad where I was as well.
Yeah,
I'm here.
but do you know how bad it is here? When you come round and have a look how bad it is here,
no,
you drive
I'm
my...
not coming
Tell you
round
what,
here.
you come round and drive my fucking car because I'm snowed in, you fucking calling me a cunt. And I'll tell you, if you fire me, I'll take you to drive uni, you bald-headed wanker.
Right, you're fired anyway for that.
You're in fucking trouble then.
Right then, see ya. Right, and then
Right.
she's done with. She's weak anyway.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
KP Plumbing.
Hiya, is that, Miss Pilkington?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Hi, it's Bob here.
Bob.
Yeah, bit of trouble. In my area, it's absolutely snowing. It's possible. No one's getting out. I live near Sheila.
Bob,
by the way.
listen, Sheila's just been on. She's saying she can't get in either.
She can't. I've just seen her out there trying to dig her car out, and she's hurt her back. She's really tried hard to get to work, but she can't do it because she's not very rich. No car doesn't work. She hasn't got the right tyres, and there's no public transport. They've cancelled those. Wrong snow on this country. I'm not going to make it in today, son. So I'll see you tomorrow, right, boy?
Well, no, you're saying you'll see me tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you'll probably call up tomorrow with the same thing.
Well, only if it's snowing still.
Now, listen,
it might not.
I can't run a business like this, Bob.
Yeah, it's not my fault, is it, really?
So go round to Sheila's and like slag me off if you want. But I'll tell you what, you're not coming back here. Oh. Fuck off. One chance. Give him one chance.
Well, you didn't even give him one chance.
No, because they've done it before.
Oh, fucking hell.
Just annoys me. I went to, what's her name? Harley Street. I went for a checkup. And, like a medical. Posh, you know Harley Street, it's like it's the top doctors, isn't it? I've never been before. Yeah. All posh buildings and that. I went up to the counter. I said, I see the doctor. They said, name, give us 10 minutes, go and wait in the waiting room. Dead posh waiting room. Dead fancy. Big leather furniture and that.
Yep.
Loads of magazines. I mean, like a newsagent's.
Yep.
In the middle of the room on a table. Loads of them. So I'm looking through and there's the top quality ones, your Esquire, GQ, Classy, Yacht Weekly, all that. Country Life. Boys.
Boys?
There's one there, yeah. Boys. What's that? Right, lifted up like the one on top of it. And it's like Boys with a Z. Two fellas stood there. Looking, sort of Italian looking.
Yeah. Right.
Dungarees on.
No shirt, though.
No shirt, just dungarees sort of unbuttoned, hanging down a little bit.
Sure.
So no one else is about. I'm never going to buy a magazine like that.
You're going to tell us you looked through a gang magazine?
I had a little look, just because I thought, like I say, it's one chance.
You're always looking to learn, aren't you? You're always looking to learn.
Yeah.
Always open, there might have been something in there that I go, right, I get it now, I understand why they like doing that or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
So she said I was going to, 10-minute wait, I can have a quick flick through. Picked it up, had a look. Still none the wiser.
Why?
Well, what did you see when you opened it up?
Just loads of, like I've said to you before about, I don't know why they like looking at knobs when they've got one of their own.
Right.
There's no surprises there, you're not going to go, oh,
sure, yeah.
Nice. Some had like car oil on the face. Knob out.
Yeah.
There was someone sat on like one of them square things of hay.
Oh yeah,
Sat there, like sort of sat on it, straddling it.
Yeah. That must have been uncomfortable.
Again, knob out.
Yeah, just looking like it's normal.
That's
Sort of
crazy.
like
No
that.
farmer walks around like that.
What's the other one? There was motorbike. They always like them.
Yeah.
I'm going through and then like the content is all puns.
Right.
Everything was to do with knob.
Right.
That's the only bit they're interested in the male body.
Look at this bloke straddling this huge throbbing thing. The bike's not bad either.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
Loads of them. It was just all cock. Just 100%. Like let's just talk about the knob.
That's a good name for a gay magazine.
100% cock.
100% cock.
Did it not at any moment sort of maybe slightly unnerve you that the doctor might come in and see you reading Boys?
No, because I wasn't.
What about if I walked through? Because I remember once when you were in hospital about to have a tube going down your knob and you were sitting in your pants with stockings on and I walked through and you were horrified. So what if I'd have walked in then and went, Carl, what are you doing?
I would have just said, look at this. Look at this, it's free.
And I said, why did you bring that with you?
No, I would have just said, look, does it look like I brought it with me? Look
Yeah,
at this.
yes, it does. Because you would never see a gay magazine in a doctor's waiting room. So I think you bought that and pretended that it was there.
That's the thing. I was amazed by that because there was no there was no Mayfair or anything. They just catered for if you wanted a bit of knob action. It was really. I could have complained.
Sure.
So if you're gonna have this, where's a bit of the other?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a bit of this. Where's a bit of the other?
I know one of the things that they had, and I thought they're really struggling with ideas. They had a Sukoko.
As in Sudoku.
Yeah.
Sokoko.
Surely Sudoku is better.
No, because it was like suck cocko.
Yeah, but it's Dick as well.
Suck dicko.
Yeah.
What? And it was still a Sudoku-style puzzle, but it just had that name.
Yeah. It's just everything.
It was just Sudoku, but called Cocko. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Now, if I was gay, do you know, like
Let's
you
have
say...
a game of Lubo. Let's have a game of Knobopoly.
Noberation.
Knoberation. Let's have a game of chess. Cock. Let's have a game of fuckaroo.
Well, that works for either sex.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how we spend our Christmases.
Then. Fuck a poo.
Oh, God.
Excuse me. I'm here to pick up a dwarf.
Oh, yeah. Drunk and disorderly and riding a children's tricycle down a dual carriageway.
Right. They can press charges.
No, if you're happy to take him into your custody.
Yeah, okay. Whatever.
Let's have it.
That's what I mean. As soon as they even think they're in a film, they're going to get wasted.
My name is Maximus Minimus. And I will have my end away with your wife or the next.
We had to confiscate his sword.
I've got my own sword. My bog sword. Ha! Whoa!
He's thrown up over his own penis. You're not getting in my car smelling like that.
Don't need to. I've got my bike.
No, Pete, you can't go on the bike. Not again. No, whoa! Stop! Pete, stop! Oh, don't go on the dual carriageway. Take the back roads. Just, what is he? Oh, how long's that going to take him to get home? Oh no, he's off. Look, he's just flailing like a dung beetle. Oh, it's pathetic.
Hi. Welcome to Learn Guitar with David Brent. This week, we are going to warm things up a little. This is out there. This is a proper rock-a-doodle dandy, this one. It's a little bit naughty, you know, the internet. Let's say adult themed. There are a few rude words. No, come on. We're all grown up. Although if you have got any young children nearby, please discreetly take them out of the room now. If they're yours. If they are your children only, obviously. This is about my life, I suppose. I work hard, I play hard, you know that. And it's about me repping. I'm on the road all week, but I always make it back to Slough for the weekend. Compulsory. I don't think I've ever missed one. Go back and see the lads. I hang out with people a lot younger than me. Most of my mates are in their 20s. And they're blown away by me. They go, I cannot believe you're in the late 40 or whatever. And I go, yeah. They go, but you're the most childish out of all of us. I go, cheers. They avoid me sometimes. I used to say, oh, where are you going? Oh, we're going down so-and-so. I go, I'll see you there. They're not there. They've gone somewhere else to avoid the embarrassment of me turning out. I find them. I find them. My round, I go, all right. Yeah. No, I love buying. I love buying the rounds. I love buying the rounds. I go, put your money away. I go, oh, you're all right. I go, yeah. See you next week. They go, oh, we can't make it. They'll be somewhere. I'll find you. I always find them. But this is about that. It's just about, you know, enjoying the weekend, living for the weekend, living for your mates. And that's why I have to work so hard in the week, because it does cost a lot buying for, you know, 6 or 7 people every round, 2 nights a week. But yeah, any money left over, you know, spend on this. My money. Better than saving it, isn't it? I do wish I had more money.
I work so hard just to pay my bills. I play even harder, yeah, life kills. Now I'm burning rubber on the M25. Got a crazy weekend, some won't make it out alive. 'Cause this is my day. Thank fuck it's Friday. Yeah, this is my day. Thank fuck it's Friday. I wake up Sunday feeling Saturday pain. Try and clean up 5 white shirts on the road again. A week in cheap motels, yeah, I'm earning my bread. As long as I'm back for the weekend, I sleep when I'm dead. 'Cause this is my day. Thank fuck it's Friday. Yeah, this is my day. Thank fuck it's Friday. Yeah, this is my day. Thank fuck it's Friday. Yeah, this is my day. Thank fuck it's Friday. Thank fuck it's Friday. Thank fuck it's Friday. Thank fuck it's Friday. Thank fuck it's Friday.
This song, a little bit of a foot stomper, quite hard hitting, very social. I like to sing about issues.
Bringing up baby on your own is tough. Working 2 jobs just to earn enough. Yeah, she could have been an actress, she could have been a star, but she went too far in the back of a car.
Well, it's about me and Constantine infiltrating those gullible muppets.
They are so gullible.
And
we are going to pin crime on them.
Yeah, and I pretend that I really think they're brilliant and I want to manage them and take them on a world tour. But really, it's just to get close to things like bank vaults.
That is right.
And the crown jewels.
This is part of big nefarious plan.
Yeah. That's what happens when 2 master criminals come together to work out. You know, we're working together.
That is right.
Yeah, in the movie, this is.
Yes.
In real life, we're sort of friends.
Yes, we are friends.
We're Hollywood chums, aren't we?
That is right. We are Hollywood chums.
It's easy for you to say.
No.
Right. Okay. So, but yeah, in the movie, we're sort of at each other's throat, aren't we? Like,
that is right. That is a good rivalry.
Yeah. What?
Good rivalry.
Yeah. Right.
Hard to say it. So
yeah. Tongue-tied.
A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, but in real life, I've loved the Muppets for about 35 years. But when I met this guy, I hadn't met before we did this movie together.
No.
He is now my favourite Muppet of all time.
Yes.
And one of my best pals, really.
I think so.
Well, I'm one of your...
You are really only human that I interact with.
Yeah, I'm your only friend. You don't really...
No.
Like
I do not let people in easily.
I know, that's because he's had a really hard upbringing. He was born in the pond in Russia, one of 800 siblings.
Yes.
Many
All
of
of my tadpole brothers and sisters were eaten by fish.
Yeah. My favourite was 6 weeks in Pinewood Studios
Lovely.
Near Slough.
Yes, it was a lovely place.
It's lovely, wasn't it?
You know, I did not get a lot of sightseeing.
No.
I spent most of the time inside.
In a box.
In a
basically.
little box,
yeah,
yes.
Sometimes I go, what concert are you doing now? And I think, oh, he's in a box.
That's where I was.
Yeah.
Waiting. Just waiting.
To bow for your big moment.
That's right.
Is this close up?
Here we go. And I come out, I say my line, I go back away.
But he's amazing in the movie.
Yes, I am.
He sings, dances, he's a great impressionist.
Yes. I do my own stunt.
Do Kermit.
Hello, Kermit the Frog here. I love a pig.
Game changer.
Yeah, do Al Pacino.
Al Pacino in Godfather 3.
Your favourite movie?
Yes, my favorite.
It's the best of them.
It is the best of the Godfather series.
Well, any sequel.
You could only, it's a standalone.
Sequels get better and better and better, like Rocky 6.
And this is him.
Yeah.
I get out of there, and then they pull me back inside. Because it is called, presumably.
Exactly. Yeah, well, it's Constantine's little dig at me, really.
I think so.
A little song about him being number 1 and me being number 2.
That is right. It is wonderful tune.
He's world's most dangerous frog.
You are just kind of...
Yeah, but that's in the movie. In real life, I'm number 1 and he's number 2.
We do not have a song about this.
No, we don't. But whether we will soon. Don't worry.
Will we?
Leave it with me. Leave it with me. There's going to be a
I
song.
suppose, but I do not know if
I
this
know.
will work. What?
I know what we could do.
What?
We could just swap the... I could start it. So I could sing, I'm number 1. You're the number 2.
No. That will not work. It's been done before. You have to do something different. You will write new song.
Okay.
I will have it after lunch.
What are you going to have for lunch?
Oh, flies.
Yeah.
I may have fly salad.
Yeah.
I may have like a grilled cheese with fly.
Tempura, fly tempura.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Look, a little chopstick. Oh, this is deep fried fly.
Yeah. Muppets Most Wanted is good movie.
Yeah.
It has lots of singing and dancing and plotting and punching and kicking and two frog for price of one.
Yeah.
And
but just wait till the sequel, Muppets Less Wanted,
yes.
that we're gonna do. Because as we said, sequels get better and better. So that's what's that? Oh, that's just gonna be us two, isn't it?
We're just going to kind of drive around.
We're gonna get rid of the Muppets altogether, just me and you.
Just you and me. We drive around. You drive.
Yeah.
We just go around the neighborhoods. We see people on the street and we yell things at them.
That is the best movie idea I have ever
heard.
Hey,
get a haircut.
Yeah. What do you look like?
What's going on? Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Look, you can have long hair. It's okay. I will always apologize if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you made a mistake.
If I'm in the wrong.
Yeah.
I'm fair.
Don't go in that cake shop. You've had enough. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went and did the podcast. We had a meeting after. I don't like meetings as I can't keep focused on what people are talking about. I think Ricky has the same problem as after 25 minutes he was trying to wrestle me. I tried to do what spiders do and stayed still as if I was dead. But Ricky just stayed on top of me, not moving. A bit like when you see one of them big snakes swallowing a sheep. Ricky got bored and released me. I went home thinking, why had I left my old job for this? A homeless man asked me for some money, but I didn't feel like I should treat him as I felt that he probably had a better day than me.
Oh, God.
Suzanne called me to say she'd gone for a haircut and that she'd meet me in the supermarket. I went to the supermarket, but she wasn't there. I called her and she said she was near the fruit aisle. I went to the fruit aisle and she wasn't there. Turns out she was in a different supermarket on the other side of town. And that if I'd listened to her properly, I'd have known that. I didn't want to say that
What, you just went to the first supermarket you thought of, as opposed to listening to what supermarket? I'm in the supermarket. All right, bye.
I didn't want to say that I hadn't heard her properly, because my ears were ringing a bit from the wrestling from earlier. 25 minutes later, I met up with Suzanne. Her haircut wasn't that bad. Normally her haircuts are followed by an argument between us as she pays over the odds for some daft haircut that's the latest style.
Brilliant.
I wish she'd take a picture out of a magazine or ask for a style rather than letting the hairdresser do what she wants. I said I only tell her to do this as she's got a square head and a close-cut hairdo makes it look squarer. She said, what do you think of this cut? I said it looked alright as I couldn't be bothered arguing about it. It's weird writing a diary. I don't know who thought of doing one of these first. The last time I did one was at school. They used to get you to do it so they could keep an eye on whatever you were up to. My diary used to say the same thing every night. Got home, went to the shop to get potatoes, bread, milk. Went home, watched telly, went to bed. I think I might have gone to Twiggy's Dance Club just so I had something different to write. You've not told us about Twiggy's Dance Club.
It's just, you know, I sort of, when I was a kid, I sort of gave everything a bit of a go. I did boxing and that, didn't I? Gave that a go.
For about 45 minutes.
And, yeah, a mate sort of said, oh, you know, you're into your dancing, your robotics and that, you're doing your body popping, right, body popping and that. He said, you ought to come to Twiggy's. And, I went there, but I didn't go in, it was shut. They were just having, like, loads of toilet rolls delivered. I think, like, they were, like, using it as a storage place for toilet rolls and that, so I said, oh, I've come to have a dance, and like, oh, not tonight, come back tomorrow. I never went back.
Brilliant. Next. What a waste of an anecdote. Right. Brilliant.
Just to recap, you're convinced then that the teachers are asking you to keep diaries so they can keep tabs on you. And then to continue the diary, as there were more problems happening on the estate, they started to add Saturday and Sundays to the school diary to keep an eye on what we were doing at the weekend. I struggled to fill it on a Sunday, as the shop I got potatoes and bread from was shut on a Sunday. I had to go over to Shepherd's Bush to meet someone. I got the tube. There was a badly burnt man on the tube. It's amazing how the body can continue through quite a lot of bad stuff. It got me thinking about how much stuff you could remove in your body, one by one, without dying. If it was a competition, the cockroach would win, as it can live for a week without a head.
I just mean, like, say if, you know, they're running out of ideas for TV programmes and that, right? They get someone who isn't well. They go, look, do you mind if we make a programme on you? And what they do, they sit them in the bed, and they go, right, what we're going to do now is take out the heart, but replace it with a pacemaker. Right,
No. Sorry. People with pacemakers don't have their heart taken out and a pacemaker popped in.
All right, then. Some sort of machine. What I'm getting to is...
Have you been playing Operation?
What I mean is the big finale would just be a head chatting with loads of wires going into it, and it's like, look what we can do with science.
That's what the programme's called. It ends the same every week. The volunteer is just a head with loads of wires coming out of it.
Look what we can do with science.
And he's going,
goodbye.
Oh, I feel ill.
Got some post delivered to me today. It was... Oh, this is great.
This makes it in the diary.
Got some post delivered to me today. It was addressed to Mr. Dilkington. I got some post delivered to me today. It was addressed to Mr. Dilkington. I opened it, and the first sentence read, Dear Mr. K. Dilkington, you're one of our most valuable customers. I put it in the bin. Thought I would learn some new words, as Steve always says I don't use enough different words. I read in the Fortean Times that the word whew means an ugly female ghost with drooping breasts.
What do you mean?
Is that how am I pronouncing that right?
Who's using that word? Who is using that word?
It was just W-E-W-E.
Let's call it a woo. An ugly female ghost with drooping breasts. I think I'm right when I say there are too many words in the world. I don't think I will ever get round to using the word woo. Watched a health programme. Wasn't watching it properly, but heard some doctors say that we only get so many heartbeats in a lifetime, so don't do too much exercise. I told Suzanne, and she said I probably hadn't heard it right. We got talking about death. Suzanne said she didn't like thinking about it. I said she might end up being a woo. I was chuffed, as I'd managed to use my new word. I went to the supermarket to get tonight's tea. On the way, I stopped and looked in the fishmongers at all the different fish they had in the window. It's like a child in one of those kids' TV shows.
I know!
Mr. Pilkington went to the fishmonger. He stopped and looked at all the fish in the window.
Hello, Mr. Dilkington, they said.
There was a newspaper clipping stuck on the glass about a two-headed fish that they've made in Taiwan. I don't see the point in doing this, as a fish having two heads ain't gonna solve the world's hunger problems, as the head is the bit you throw away. Invent a fish with two bodies, and I'd say well done.
Good point, isn't it?
Suzanne watched one of her favourite TV programmes. I've told her the telly only goes on if there's something she wants to watch. If there's nothing on, she has to talk to me about stuff I've learnt. Like Descartes. Watched a programme on him the other day. He is the one who said something like, I know I'm about 'cause I dream. Doesn't work for everything 'cause ants don't sleep. I don't know if I'd like that or not. You don't know if you would like it if you didn't ever sleep.
Not sleeping. It's just one long day. I don't know. Don't know how you put up with that. Do you think it'd be a good idea?
No.
Why not?
Because, as you said, it would get a bit boring. You know, your sleep is your rest, your time off. It helps you detoxify. It helps you sort of think things through on a subconscious level. You know,
But don't you ever get it where, I mean, sometimes it's brilliant to have a sleep when you're tired, but don't you sometimes feel
that's
like...
the best time to have a sleep, when you're tired.
No, but sometimes when you go to bed and you're not that tired and you're kind of thinking, oh, I'm going to waste some hours of my life now and I'm not really in the mood for this.
Well, that's
sleeping.
just wishing you had longer on this earth doing creative things. I mean, if you didn't have to sleep, you could spend more time talking to a tortoise and going to the toffee shop.
Have you ever been in a hospital when it's been shut down, or a school when there's no kids in it and there's that sort of bad atmosphere of, like, weirdness?
Yeah.
Right?
For the sake of argument,
yeah.
We're wandering about and I say, oh yeah, what's in this room, right? And all the floors are like a wreck and rotten and stuff.
Oh my God.
There's a little sign there, right? And I go up to it and it says, flies this way. So I follow the arrow, which goes to this corner where there's a shelf, about 3,000 dead flies on it, condom stuck on the top. Right, you might remember in the first podcast I was telling you about this scary house that my mate lives in, where he's like a security man. You're not like a security man, are you? What are you?
Well, I just look after it.
You just look after it and that, he just looks after it. So this is it, because I thought I'd show you around it, because just in case you thought I'd made it up and that, about the bit about the flies and all that, where there's flies on the shelf and stuff. So this is the sort of state I was telling you how it's a mess. This is it. Ceiling's caving in over there. It's just there. Pair of pants. Right then, we've found the room that I was talking about on the podcast, with the dead flies and that on it. This is the sign that I was telling you about. Got a fly on it, right? Little arrow. There's flies here, look. Little ladybird there. Oh, flies attacking the ladybird and that. Right? So you've got that. We'll follow it along. Right, you think, well, there's nothing there. And you've got, you can get the camera up there, right? Look at that lot. Dead flies. I'm just showing you this because some people have said, oh, you made it up and all that. But there's no way, just for the sake of the podcast, I'd go around collecting that many dead flies. There's a condom as well that I was talking about. Weird, isn't it?
Do a typical day in the life of Karl Pilkington.
So, for my first question is, what time does Suzanne have to wake up? Does that annoy you? Does she have to get up earlier than you?
Because she's got a proper job.
The alarm goes off.
What time?
About 7.
That seems early.
Yeah, but I'm used to it now.
Okay.
At the
Now, you
moment,
spring out of bed, make her a cup of tea, do you?
no,
Right.
I let her get up, mess about.
By mess about, you mean get ready for work?
Yeah.
Right.
She's not being quiet. So I'm awake now. Right?
What do you mean she's not being quiet?
Well, she's just banging about, like I say, heavy-handed. I don't know how she does it. It's just doors and stuff. Everything seems like the Hulk's in the house. Bounding about. Just don't be heavy-handed with it. When even like pulling the curtains shut and stuff, because it's not her who has to fix it. Do you know what I mean? When she's yanking at them and pulling them open, it's like just pull them like that. I've put them on a nice rail. Just pull them slowly like that.
Right.
It's things like that. I think the problem is most of the day I'm on my own.
Right.
Right. I'm doing DIY at home. I'm quite happy. No one's there annoying me.
Right.
I go for my lunch later than everyone else, so I don't have to see people.
He's like Quasimodo, isn't he? It's like coming down when everyone else is not there.
When no one's around. Suzanne!
No, but then that's the problem. Suzanne then comes home. She's been sort of with people, so she comes in with loads of energy, and I'm going, just slow down. Stop going on. Then she's breaking stuff, and that's probably the last thing.
She's breaking?
She's heavy-handed with all the stuff I've been fixing. She broke the shutters. What else did she break?
Well, you could have done a good job.
I did do a good job.
Shutters? Where do you live? In the Old West?
What do you mean the shutters?
Some shutters on a window. She every
I like
handed
it dark.
I don't want them to see me. What a mum.
So what else has she broken?
She's always breaking stuff. The light switch outside. Heavy-handed. She forces things. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It doesn't matter how hard you hit it or how hard you pull it. Just tell me if it doesn't work and I'll sort it. That's what I do these days. I'm like a caretaker to Suzanne's house. I'm wandering around and replacing stuff that she's fucked up.
Jesus.
全てのこともまだ知らないの思いが蓋を開けた